When I was in high school, I remember I used to only poop once a week. That's right, once a week. And my stomach hurt so bad. I remember I would even just touch it gently with just a few fingers. And it was extremely painful, just that light touch, because I was so bloated. And the other thing that made it really so much worse is we only had 2 bathrooms in my house. One in my parents' bedroom, that was theirs, and mine was in the hallway. So I didn't even have my own bathroom. So no privacy, right? Even with a closed locked door. And the walls were really thin. And I remember one time I was trying to go poop before school, and I was running late, and my dad was pounding on the door, and he says, "Time to go, you're gonna be late for school. What are you doing in there?" And I said, "I'm going to the bathroom, leave me alone." The reason why millions of people are constipated, dehydrated, overweight, feel terrible, and have chronic diseases is because they are not drinking enough water and are not eating enough high fiber foods. So our ancestors used to eat over 100 grams of fiber a day. That's crazy. I am not going to eat twigs and sticks, and you don't have to. And some people will buy like Metamucil or some other fiber thing in a jar. Well, that helps, but that's not real food, and you don't need to do that. And that's what tastes, depending on which one you get, that doesn't even taste good, and then it doesn't have the full benefits of a whole food. So what you should be eating, that food should contain fiber in it, the whole food. And animal products like eggs and chicken and meat, there's no fiber. So if that's what you're eating, mostly, you're not getting any fiber, and most people aren't getting any fiber. So I'm going to share with you some really easy swaps. Instead of maybe eggs or cereal with milk or maybe a bagel, instead have a fruit smoothie. Almond milk with your frozen bananas is awesome. I add cocoa powder to make it chocolatey, and actually I add beet powder to add some sweetness. Some people like to add dates, and make sure you're drinking almond milk and not dairy milk. You're not a baby cow. Do you want to get fat? Don't drink dairy milk. It's full of hormones meant to grow the baby cow huge. So you don't want that. And also, dairy has been shown to paralyze the bowels. We want to poop. We don't want colorectal cancer. No, we want to be clean on the inside and out. So a fruit smoothie is my go-to, but if you don't like fruit smoothies, that's fine. So another awesome alternative is oatmeal. So oatmeal's kind of boring, so I found a way to make it super yummy. So what I do with my oatmeal, and you want enough of it to keep you full so you're not starving. So 3/4 of a cup of old-fashioned oats with 1.5 cups of water. Yeah, let's try to keep those calories low so we don't get fat. And once that's nice and warm and cooked, I add 1/2 cup of blueberries, frozen blueberries, so it'll cool it down really quickly. And then I I top it with some balsamic vinegar. Oh, it's like the most delicious syrup. And then sprinkle some raw walnuts on top. So good, so delicious. I'll put those 2 recipes on the end screen so you can check that out. And then for my fruit smoothie, I don't do protein powder. That stuff's expensive, and I don't like the taste. It's got this powdery substance to it. I can tell when I eat it. It's a processed food. And protein powders are for bodybuilders to gain weight. Unless you want to gain weight and you want extra inflammation, you don't need the protein powder. So what I do, I actually add, believe it or not, black beans to my chocolate smoothie. So you don't need to add a lot. I actually had half a can, but try like a tablespoon. You can't even taste it. So I had people try my black bean chocolate smoothie, and they thought the black beans were a little bit of chocolate chips. It's delicious. Give it a try. And okay, so another easy swap. Let's go to lunch, right? So instead of tuna sandwich, which I always thought was really gross, because when I had that in my lunch, my mom made it for me, it was like soggy, or maybe she would make me bologna sandwiches, but you know, you probably eat like a ham sandwich, maybe a ham and cheese sandwich. Okay, that's not gonna help you go. That's totally constipating and actually pretty unhealthy. So instead, which is so much more yummy, I like to do a peanut butter and banana sandwich. So what I do is I take the banana and I smash it with a fork, and then I just smear it on the bread, and then I've got the peanut butter on the other side, and then I've got my delicious sandwich. So, but you want whole grain bread that is much healthier and that also has the whole fiber in it. It's so much better for you. For a snack, I used to gravitate toward candy. Skittles was probably my favorite, but I found something that tastes just like candy, actually better, and it doesn't have food colorings or preservatives, and it's got lots of fiber. You've seen it, you love it. It is dried fruit. Dried pineapple is so delicious. Also, dried mangoes. It's very low in calorie and super nutritious. And the other thing I really like, so instead of maybe bagels with butter, again, no fiber, so high calorie, so not healthy, I like to make guacamole toast. So I buy the most nutritious bread, which is called Ezekiel bread. You can find that at most grocery stores. And I find pre-made guacamole. I like mine creamy. If you like chunky, that's fine, but I like creamy. And then I just take a butter knife and I just do a thin layer of my guacamole on my toasted bread, and then I put the bread with the guacamole on it back in the oven so that the guacamole is as warm as the bread, and it is so good. One time I had 5 slices. But what's nice about Ezekiel bread, it's a whole grain and the slices are smaller, so you don't have to feel too bad. But 5 was overdoing it. 1 to 2 is perfect. So for dinner, instead of pizza or maybe chicken and rice, if you're trying to go a little bit healthier, instead of those, again, there's no fiber in that stuff, right? So instead of those really unhealthy foods, which do not help your body or your mind and increase your cancer risk because they're full of saturated fat and cholesterol and have 0 fiber, instead of that, go for maybe like a Buddha bowl, which is really good. Now, I personally love salads, and I put black beans on my salad. The other thing I really love, and most people love too, is a black bean soup with corn, and I just eat that with corn tortilla chips. So delicious and satisfying and filling. So you don't have to make all these changes right away. Maybe just, I usually tell people just do the breakfast and then have the dried fruit for a snack instead of candy or a bagel or something like that. So now that I changed what I eat, I don't have to freak out because I'm only pooping once a week. No, I get to go 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah, it's so freeing. I feel so much better. I no longer eat those constipating foods. I'm slimmer. I feel better. I'm more energized. I'm more optimistic and clear thinking. I no longer have breakouts, no constipation, no bloated belly, and tons of energy. So if you want to get a whole bunch of super healthy recipes. People were asking me to make a cookbook for years because they were like loving my food when they would come over, and I would make them lunch or dinner or desserts. So check out my cookbook. It's called the High Five Diet, and you can order a copy through thehigh5diet.com. And if you want to work with me, you can also schedule an appointment with me through my website. Take care and eat your fiber. Oh, and also you want to aim for at least 50 grams of fiber a day, and you can track your fiber intake with many different apps. My favorite is Chronometer, and that app is free for the basic version. Take care. Bye. For my favorite low-fat, oil-free, plant-based recipes, order my cookbook on how to prevent and reverse disease, which chronicles my personal health and weight loss story through my website, thehigh5diet.com.